Hey Ubers, Vivian here. I've missed you. I have a thank you card that's been a long time coming that I've been meaning to make. I'm going to be using some dies that I've had that I love that I haven't had a chance to use enough. This one is beautifully intricate. It's called Damask, Damask, number 659003. It's a Thinlits die designed by Jen Long, and it's just beautifully intricate. And because it's a Thinlits, I'm going to be using it with my magnetic platform, number 656499. And in between my cardstock and my die, I'm placing a sheet of wax paper to help that eject more easily. And do you see how that snaps too? That's thanks to the magnetic platform. And I'm going to sandwich that between my two cutting pads. And I don't know if you can tell in the video, but these now have a beveled edge, which makes them a lot more easy to handle. We also have a nice selection of colored cutting pads that have recently become available. And those are great because sometimes they can get lost in your piles of papers and die cuts and all of your various crafting supplies. And the colored pads, which I'm really excited to get mine, will help you find them in the mix of all of your stuff. You might need to put another piece or two of cardstock in there and send it through your die cutting machine. I had to in order to get a nice clean cut. But see that beautiful detail? Against a black background, I think it's very formal and stunning. I also think if you were to cut a few of these and layer them on top of a white background, you'd get some really cool dimension up on there. I pulled out some of my distress inks and a blending tool for this card project. I hadn't used them in a really long time. So I used some distress inks in blue tones and just randomly applied the color there like that and then spritzed it with water. For my focal image, I'm using a Sizzix die designed by Brenda Walton. It's a Biggs and it's called Lotus, number 659245. And because it's a Biggs, it's got real strong cutting power. So I'm just going to send two pieces of strong cardstock through and sandwich that between my two cutting pads. For my project today, I'm not going to use that stamen piece that you get, but I am going to use all of the flower layers. I'm going to send my scraps through to cut two more flower layers, and I am going to use these beautiful leaves that come with the die cut as well. I could see those leaves being used beautifully if you have like a little frog stamp. But anyway, those leaves have a beautiful shape and they've got these little score marks that add a wonderful detail. I don't know if you can see them in the top right hand corner. But I'm going to be treating all of these with my distress inks today. I'm using some distress inks in yellow and orange tones really sloppily on these flower layers and giving it a good spritz of water and setting those aside to dry. I used more of that ink on my card base, and I thought it would be a nice funky contrast to my blue tones on my die cut. I used some glue gloss from Clear Snap to adhere this die cut to my card base, and the glue gloss has a nice tiny applicator tip so you can get it exactly where you need it. And with an intricate die cut like this, that type of product came in very handy. I also used a very light shimmery organza in a soft yellow tone, and I love to heat my organza with my heat tool to create some soft little ripples. There's my blossom, which is definitely distinct lotus shape. And I put a little metal gadget gear underneath a pearlescent yellow large button. And I inserted those pretty lotus leaves also on the side. This is going to be a thank you card for my aunt and uncle. I've been meaning to make one for quite a while. The two of them flew out to Florida to help my family through a very difficult time. and I still can't get over the fact that they just dropped everything and came. Here's a shot of the full card in sunlight, and I hope it brightens their day. Here's a detail of that beautiful damask die cut and those lotus leaves that I think are just really cool. And I just want to say that I'm sorry I've been absent. I'm hoping to be back crafting with more regularity, and I look forward to hearing from you here or on my blog. Bye.